guys, it's Cheryl Willis over at Go Arizona Real Estate, bringing to you what's going on in the real estate market live, like this week, not waiting for the media to report it in 2 to 3 months when you're going, duh. All right, so if you've been watching my last few months of videos, I've been telling you the market is starting to shift. We knew that once the interest rates started to bump up a little bit from the feds, it was going to slow down that high demand of buyer activity. And sure enough, between that and the fact that, you know, it's 110,000 degrees in Arizona, just kidding, we typically see a tremendous decline in the June and July months. I can't tell you, even last year, it was crazy quiet and we were all wondering, is this it? No, it was just the summer. So here's what I think is going on. And it's a couple of things. Number one, buyers got really tired of sellers really setting expectations way too high. I was very fortunate in that I had fantastic sellers that I've worked with in the last year. And for those who have purchased properties, there's a lot of things to be very excited about. And we'll talk about those benefits in just a moment. But look, the rest of the activity, the rest of the consumers out there, there was a lot of realtors, listing agents that were setting the wrong expectations for those sellers. They were pushing sellers to really being very, let's just say, ugly. Yeah, I said it here. And it was like the more they advertised and the more they pushed the sellers into being very unrealistic, when it was time to say enough is enough, buyers have slowly but surely been pulling out of the market already. Then add in, like I said, the interest rates, which did just take up another little tick today. So for those of you kind of waiting, although the frenzy has gone away, higher interest rates mean more money out of your pocket every single month. So it's not necessarily a good thing to wait too much longer, but right now is the most amazing time for buyers and what we have seen in the last 2 years. Let's break it down just a little bit more. Okay, so buyers out there today, first of all, no longer need to go like this when they write offers, right? Those of you who had written offers with us in the last 2 years, you know that we were basically just saying, what's your highest and best, and how do we got to beat it? We had to come in at that number. We had to waive all our terms and conditions. We had to make ridiculous promises with large earnest deposits, no inspections, didn't get to ask for any repairs. And you know what? You had to come out of pocket anywhere from $50,000 to $100,000. Now, before you start throwing up and get mad, here's the one benefit. Those of you that did do that, you have seen anywhere from 22 to 35% appreciation in just the last 12 months. And your interest rates are probably below 3 or in the really low 3s. So most of you who have already gone through that very troubling time from a buyer perspective, you've already reaped the benefits. And you know what? You have a beautiful home over your head. Now, those of you who didn't get in or weren't able to, or maybe it wasn't even your time to buy, here's the benefits today. You're still going to see appreciation rise. In fact, here's the numbers from the beginning of 2022. For January, year over year, we saw a 26% appreciation. For February, year over year, we saw 25%, pretty consistent. March, back to 26% year over year. April, we started to see a little downturn, and this is when my videos started telling you, it's coming, guys. It's almost buyer season. Now, don't mistake that, by the way, with buyer's market, and I'll talk about that in a moment too. So April, we had 24% year over year, and in May, we had 22% year over year. For those of you who have been in the real estate world, meaning you've owned several homes, I bought my first home in the 80s, you know that 20% appreciation per year is still outrageous. Even 10% You are normally lucky to see anywhere from 5 to 7% a year. In fact, 3 to 5%. So we are dealing with everybody's minds right now, dealing with these outrageous numbers. And so when we all of a sudden go down to 22% appreciation per year, everybody's like, the market's falling, it's crashing, the world's coming down. It's slowing down, and thank God, right? Thank God. So for buyers out there today, here is the benefit. We are going to see a slowdown in that appreciation. We've already seen a decrease of buyer demand, which means that we have seen a decrease of contracts. So that means homes are sitting on the market just a little bit longer. And if you kind of think of it as let's say we have a pail and it has holes in the bottom. And we've been dealing with some really large holes over the last couple of years. As soon as we'd get a little bit of inventory in, it would just come right out the bottom. And it was just this crazy flow that got up to what they call a market index of 700. That flow was going 700 miles an hour. Let's just say 700 miles an hour, right? And as we started catching up a little in the inventory, as buyers started dropping out of the market for various reasons, because it was absolutely crazy, that index number started to go down to 600, 500, 300, 2. We're in the high 200s right now, okay? So some people are like, oh my God, that's a buyer's market. Well, I'm glad it feels like a buyer's market, but a buyer's market is when the values go down. We are not seeing values go down. Like I said, right now, year over year, we're seeing a 22% appreciation. If you bought your home last May, and this is the median number, so it's higher in some areas and lower in others. Also, if you bought a fixer-upper and you did some things, there are a lot of variables. But again, that median average number, which there's no such thing, but you know what I'm saying, 22%. If you bought your home last September, October, you're probably going to see something in the double digits, still probably around 15 to 20 by the time we get to the end of the year. And again, if you remember, as we were closing last year, we were talking about how we didn't want 20% this year. We knew what it meant. We knew that it was like killing these buyers. Absolutely crazy. So if you look at it and you were listening to my videos, and you were listening to my reports that I hopefully send you. And if you don't, I send out a report every month from HomeBot. And if you haven't gotten yourself signed up on that, let's get you signed up. So let me know. And we're starting to see that correction that they started working on Q4 of 2021. And this is how long it takes. Now, the interest rate has gone up very quickly as compared to years past. We hope it doesn't go up that much quickly the rest of the year, but it will continue to rise. But think about it too, you guys. If it starts to affect the housing industry, don't think that the feds won't put a stop on that and reverse. Maybe not reverse, but stop, right? They're not going to let there be another housing crisis. And the whole reason the interest rates have gone up is to slow the economy down. So when you watch stuff that's on Wall Street, that's another entity. It's also playing into the frenziness that we had when Wall Street was doing well, and many of them were investing in real estate. They're no longer in the market, right? And unfortunately, most of the buyers that have dropped out of the market this year has been because of monthly payments, so debt to income ratio. There are buyers that decided to rent a year ago and their leases are coming up. And although they might be paying a little bit more per month at this point, they don't have to come out of pocket $50,000 or $100,000. So you see, there was a good thing for many buyers last year. You're in a good spot today. And for those that didn't buy yet and you're ready to buy, you're in a good spot today. So yeah, call me the eternal optimist, but it is great to be out there. First of all, we have written several offers lately. Number one, we've been able to negotiate the price. Woo! Okay. Number two, we could leave the appraisal in there. The appraisal contingency. So the buyer has three options if the appraisal doesn't come in. You can either cancel and get your money back. You can move forward and not say anything, or we can renegotiate that price. And even if you don't come to a negotiation, a meeting of the minds on that number, you get your money back if it's not where you want it to be. So number 3, buyers get their home inspections. Do we need 10 days? No, probably not. There's still a lot of cash buyers out there right now, and the really nice homes, they are selling still relatively quickly, but instead of having to compete against 30 or 50 offers, it's only maybe 3 to 5. So, but still, you might want to tighten it up a little bit. Shorten inspection, no big deal. But when the inspection comes back, guess what else you get? You get to negotiate the repairs. And here's my favorite part. You don't have to remove the loan contingencies anymore. And you don't have to let the seller live in the house for free. Again, that was agent driven, 100%. I'm sorry to say, there are some realtors that really cause chaos in our market when there's already chaos. All right. Well, if you are a homeowner, sit in a really good spot. You are sitting in a really good spot. Like I said, you've already started to appreciate, you're seeing appreciation on your home. You've already paid down part of your mortgage. And if you didn't put down 20% last year, you should reach out to Eddie, our amazing lender, and talk about getting that mortgage insurance dropped or doing a refi, although you might not want to because the higher interest rates, which was going to be my next reason why it's a great thing that you got into the loan you did last year, because you got low interest rates. All right, now if you are a seller watching this, I am sorry to say you're going to have to give a little. You're going to have to kind of be normal these days. You're going to have to be realistic. If your home doesn't sell over the weekend, that is okay. If it doesn't sell in 2 weeks, that is okay. If you know your home is priced well and you know it shows well, give it about 2 to 4 weeks. That's going to be kind of the norm these days. And when you get that offer in, you're going to have to make sure that we negotiate. We have to be kind, we have to be generous, and be grateful that we had received that offer. And I have to tell you, like I said, even in the crazy times, I had some amazing sellers. So thank you very much if you are watching this, because I have to tell you, it has been wonderful working with all of you. I have the most amazing clients, and I sure appreciate all your referrals and your repeat business. All right, you guys, I just want to let you know it's a fantastic time to buy in real estate. It's a fantastic time to even sell in real estate. It's the highest it's ever been. Don't get caught up in the fact that it's not that bucket that I said was, it's not coming out at 700 miles an hour and now it's, I think, 264 or something like that. That's still pretty darn fast. And property values don't start dropping until it gets below 100. And let me tell you, you're going to know it when it gets below 100 because it's going to be crickets. And we still, even with all the inventory that has come up over the last 11 weeks, that's really when it really started, we still have only about 35% of the normal inventory. Yeah, so we still have a long ways to go. All right, you guys, you have a wonderful summer. Stay cool, even though it's triple digit, like really triple digit, 114 over this last weekend, but I was out showing properties. So if I can help you or your friends or your relatives move in, out, around, or about the greater Phoenix area, I would sure appreciate the opportunity to speak with them. And thank you again. You all have a blessed day. Be kind, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye.